to enjoy the game.
From Foynes in County Limerick sets this centenary championship final underway. And it's Teddy McCarthy bursting downfield. No broken up, however. A foul committed. That was Jerry McEntee down there.
Who's marking that for them? Make a change.
I told him not to be late because that was in the first from the throw-in. Teddy caught the throw-in and went off on a solo run. So I told him not to be late because that was the only thing I did for the whole match.
The class of '87 brought together again by a key man in that final, Jerry McEntee. All the old faces were there, and 10 years on, Jerry McEntee now in a philosophical mood.
Life is passing us all by, and by virtue of the job that I do, I see a lot of misfortune, a lot of illness, and I say to myself, you know, it comes around once, and you have to enjoy it.
Two of them, of course, three of them perhaps, still involved in the team.
Yeah, Marty and Colm and PJ back in the fold after a couple of years and looking a lot lighter than he did when he was playing.
Some fellas are getting younger, some fellas are getting older, and there's a lot of fellas limping and not able to walk too well. But in saying that, nobody would turn back the clock. Nobody would actually change anything of such. And fellas are extremely close, and it's great to come tonight and have that bit of bond and unity, and be able to look a fella in the eye and say, well, we've done it together, and see you next time.
It is crossed to goal, denied by Martin O'Connell. The referee says you were holding on to the Cork man.
As well, maybe I was only 22 when that final was on. Some lads were 30 and 31, 32, so I suppose years on my side, but I suppose injury-free has helped me to be here for the last 10 years, you know.
As you get older, like it's just from talking to the guys, I think every one of them to a man would actually swap with myself and Marty and PJ to be still out there involved in it, you know, and we kind of joke, especially last year, about they have all their get-togethers, and we say we're too busy training, etc.
You couldn't get a harder start than that, really, Michael. I suppose everybody looks forward to the Leinster final with Meath and Dublin in it, but we're in here now in '97 in the first round, same as it was in '91. It took 4 games that time. We don't care if it takes 5 or 6 games as long as we win, and probably Dublin are feeling the same way.
Jerry McEntee, steady as a rock, but not exactly the best forward in the business.
If Meath are hungry enough to go and win another All-Ireland, I think they'll beat them. And you know after 10 minutes, you know by the way the clashes are going, and if the 50-50 balls are going Meath's way, then they're hungry enough. And if they're not, I'd be...
Like it in the build-up to a Dublin match. Maybe the fact I'm not playing